Good afternoon, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Drew Jets Show, and training camp has kicked off. So let's go ahead and talk about the first day of practice and some roster moves we have made. Without any hesitation, let's get it started. So let's first off begin this video with some pretty exciting news. Joe Kliklo was one of the 12 Hall of Fame finalists, so thank God he got selected. I mean, he needs to be in the Hall of Fame right now as we're speaking. For some reason, he's not. Why? I cannot tell you, because the Hall of Fame probably hates the Jets or something stupid. But thank God he's one of the 12 finalists, and hopefully he gets in this year. But now let's talk about some of our roster moves. So everybody who was on the PUP list is now off. So Mekhi Becton, George Fant, CJ Uzomah, Carl Lawson, all have been activated off the PUP list. They have all passed their physicals. Kevin Coleman was placed on the non-football injury list, though, so he suffered an injury outside of the Jets facility. Doing what? We have no idea. How serious is the injury? We have no idea, but since we haven't heard anything about it, I'm assuming it's nothing too serious. But the New York Jets made some more roster moves. We signed quarterback Chris Streveler, wide receiver Rashad Davis, and offensive lineman Isaiah Williams. We actually re-signed offensive lineman Isaiah Williams. He had a brief stint with us towards the end of last season. We signed him to a reserve/future contract, but ended up waiving him this offseason. But now we have brought him back. So welcome back to the team, Isaiah Williams. Rashad Davis was from the USFL, so glad that the New York Jets are giving one of those players another shot at the NFL. He actually led the USFL in return yardage, so maybe him and Braxton Berrios could make a pretty nice kick return duo. And a cool thing about Rashad Davis is that all he does is win. He has both a Super Bowl ring and a national championship ring. He won a Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles and won a national championship with James Madison. And Chris Streveler is probably going to be a practice squad quarterback if he even makes the practice squad. I mean, he's just been a journeyman quarterback, was most recently with the Miami Dolphins. And the New York Jets released DJ Montgomery, cornerback Craig James, and offensive lineman Drew Samia. Samia was on the PUP list, but obviously isn't on it anymore if he just got released. We signed Craig James like a week ago, and now he's off the team. And DJ Montgomery, I would bet, is going to be back. The New York Jets have been releasing him and bringing him back, so it wouldn't surprise me if we do, in fact, bring back DJ Montgomery. But now let's talk about training camp, because a lot happened on the first day of training camp. First off, here's your daily Zack Wilson update. He completed 7 out of his 11 passes. He had 2 drops from his receivers and threw 1 interception to DJ Reed. The Jets often struggled mostly in the red zone, according to Connor Hughes, which was interesting to see because Zack Wilson was one of the better red zone quarterbacks in the NFL last season, and the 1 interception he threw today was in fact in the red zone. But I expect them to be much better in the red zone as practice continues on, because, you know, Zack Wilson was really good in the red zone this past year. It's good to see that DJ Reed intercepted a pass, because he's one of the new members of this team, so glad to see that he's making some changes early on to our defense, hoping to get, you know, more ball hockey this season. And we finished the season with like more than 6 interceptions. I'm pretty sure that's what we had last season. I mean, it was pretty rough. But the star of today's training camp is, with 100% truth, Denzel Mims. He caught 4 of the 5 passes thrown his way, and Connor Hughes says that 3 of those catches were just spectacular. So good to see Denzel Mims is balling out. I mean, of course, the main question is, can he do this for all of camp? But I mean, there were some huge concerns about Denzel Mims entering training camp. Is this guy still good? I mean, last season was just treacherous after a promising rookie year, but he did have a lot going on with him in the second year of his career. Bad food poisoning, getting COVID 2 times, but now that he had a full off season to just focus on his body and to just get right, it looks like that's really paying off for him, and all those good things we were hearing about Denzel Mims this offseason might actually end up being true. Mekhi Becton is going to be the right tackle, and George Fant is going to be the left tackle. There will be no competition like Robert Saleh said there would be at the Senior Bowl. Mekhi Becton's the right, and George Fant is the left, and that is final. I don't blame the New York Jets for doing this. I mean, George Fant as a right tackle in 2020 was nothing special, but last year he was one of the best left tackles in the NFL. L. I mean, Mekhi Becton as a right tackle, I mean, he played some right tackle in college and was pretty solid at it, so hopefully he's just as good as he was on the left side. But the main thing is Mekhi Becton's in shape. I never thought he wasn't in shape. I was a huge supporter for Mekhi Becton day one. Got his jersey on me right now, but it's interesting to see that the New York Jets have made their decision on the offensive line. And the last thing we're talking about today is who got sacks in practice. So Jacob Martin and John Franklin Myers both sacked Zack Wilson, but I think Chuma Edoga was the one who let up the sacks. So it was pretty much just like a freebie for both of those players. Well, the day one of training camp is over. What are you guys' thoughts on the first practice? Did you like what you saw? Do you not like what you saw? Comment it down below. Hit the subscribe and like button if you enjoyed today's video, and I will be making videos about what happened in training camp for like every single practice or almost every single practice. So if you guys want to stay alerted, let me know, or not let me know, just hit the subscribe and like button. Turn on the notification bell. And without any hesitation, I'm your host, Stuart, signing off for now.